In Chapter 14, Exercise 8, they give you some esters, and they want you to give the IUPAC name for them. And so in esters, you have two carbon chains, one with a double bond to oxygen, and then another one without a double bond to oxygen. So an ester is a carbon double bonded to oxygen, single bonded to another oxygen that is single bonded to another carbon. The carbon chain that has the double bond is the backbone, and so it's going to get the prefix, infix, and suffix. The suffix is O8 for an ester. So this is an ester. On the other side, the carbon chain that doesn't have the double bond is going to be named as a branch, and the suffix for that will be YL. So that's how we're going to name each of these esters that we come across. So in this first one, the backbone is the carbon chain that has the double bond. That's on the left here. In this carbon chain, there's 4 carbons. Now the prefix for 4 carbons is bute. In between those carbons, there are only single bonds. So if you have all single bonds, the infix is AN. It's true that there's a double bond to the oxygen, but that's part of the functional group, so that's going to be represented in the suffix. Now, you see elements that are not carbon or hydrogen, so you know you have a functional group. If you look, you see that there's a carbon double bonded to oxygen, single bonded to a carbon, single bonded to an oxygen, single bonded to another carbon. That is an ester. And so the suffix is O8. So the backbone there is butanoate. Now there's another carbon chain that doesn't have a double bond to oxygen, and that is going to be named as a branch. So here there are 2 carbons. The prefix for 2 carbons is F, and immediately after the prefix comes the suffix YL to show that it is a branch. So you take the branch name, put it in front of the backbone name, and there you have it, the name for the whole molecule, ethyl butanoate. In this molecule, they have the same thing. The backbone is going to be the carbon chain. We have 2 carbon chains. The backbone is the carbon chain that has the double bond on it. So here there are 3 carbons, so the prefix is prop. Between those carbons, there's only single bonds, and so the infix is AN. And because we have a carbon double bond to oxygen, single bonded to oxygen, single bonded to another carbon, we have an ester, and the suffix will be O8. So propanoate would be the name for that backbone. We have another carbon chain that doesn't have a double bond, and this is going to be named as a branch. Now here we have 4 carbons. The prefix for 4 carbons is bute. So that's bute, and then immediately after that, because this is being named as a branch, you'll have a YL. And so that branch name is butyl. So take the name of the branch, put it in front of the backbone, and you're left with the name of the whole compound, which in this case is butyl propanoate.